My car, I get on his hood. He's like, move. I'm like, I'm not moving. He's hello, welcome to my channel. So I'm gonna do a story time on something that happened to me in the past before I was a healed person. I'm trying to heal. I'm not even healed. I'm not even gonna lie. In this story time, I have so many story times that I could tell because I have one person that has put me through so much, and I swear. So I had this man that I was talking to or with or whatever. So we were together. I didn't know, okay? I was delusional. I was in love. I didn't know. I guess so. Prior to this, he told me that he had his ex-girlfriend living with him.
What the fuck?
He told me that she was living there because his mom made her live there because she was paying bills or whatever. So I was like, okay, I understand. They were sleeping in the same room, but nothing was happening, you know, whatever. And that's the backstory. So there was this other girl that he was talking to too. I know, crazy. I should have left. I should have, but anyway. So this other girl who he had been talking to, and this was back in my crazy days. So I sent her nasty messages on Facebook. I was like, he don't want you. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. He wanted her. Anyway, so moving forward. So his name is Peter. We're gonna call him Peter, and we'll call the girl, his ex-girlfriend that he lived with, we'll call her Patricia. Okay, so Peter lived with Patricia. I didn't know this at the time, but Peter's family knew that Patricia was like, they were in a relationship, whatever. They knew she was living there. And they were all cool with her. The man's family also knew that me and him were in a relationship. We were together. Blah, blah, blah. This man was crooked. He was as crooked as could be. Everything about him was crooked. So, but his family knew this. They condoned it, you know. They're like, they cheer him on, you know. That's how that goes down. So, I knew everybody in the man's family. And I have been trying to get in contact with him all night, and he never answered. So I started sending him crazy messages. I started calling him like, where are you at? What are you doing as to why you can't answer the phone? So his auntie or his mom, one of the two, I think it was his auntie called me the next morning like, do you know where he is? He never came home. What do you mean he didn't come home? Like, what? So where is he at? So I was like, no, he's not with me. What happened? They're like, he just never came home last night. Okay, so me, you know, me being my little he claims that I tracked his car, but what person in a sane headspace would track somebody's car? I would never. So how I found him, I don't know. So, however I found him, I found out he was at Motel 6. I said, so I'm in love, so I'm not thinking, oh my gosh, he's cheating. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like, he probably has somebody, like somebody probably did something to him. They have him in that motel room, something is wrong with him. So I told his mom and his dad and his auntie, I was like, this is where he's at. I forgot how I found him. I think I said that I knew somebody at the police station and they were able to get into his phone. I don't know, something crazy. Okay, anyway, so they finally, I got there first. I'm like, he's at Motel 6. I'm on the way. My mama's right here. My mom drives me to the Motel 6. I drive up there, I go in there, I'm like, oh, because after a while, I was like, okay, maybe he is there with somebody. I'm thinking that he's there with the girl that he lives with. I'm like, oh, okay, so she's in there. So when I pull up, I'm gonna see where he is. So I see his car parked. I'm like, all right. So I back up, I go into the office like, hey, like I'm here with whoever. I'm trying to get the room key because I lost my room key. They were like, oh, they probably see him come in there with somebody, so the side eye. Oh, we can call him. I said, okay, that's fine. I said, okay, that's fine. I was like, you guys can call him. So I told their friend Des to call. I'm like, okay, well. They're like, who do you want me to say you are? I'm like, you can say I'm his girlfriend. So they called and they're like, your girlfriend said she's here to get a room key. And he probably told them, no, don't let her in. They were like, oh, like he said that not to let you in. That's fine. So I went and I had my mom to go park and block his car. So as soon as he tried to leave, he couldn't get out because my mom had his car blocked. So I stand in front of his car, I get on his hood. He's like, move. I'm like, I'm not moving. He's like, move. I'm like, I'm not moving. Girl never left out the hotel room though. But yeah, so he ended up leaving. He got in contact with everybody. He's like, it's not what you think it is. He said, I'm here with the girl that I'm living with, Patricia. I'm here with Patricia because everybody was over at the house last night. Like everybody's family came down. There was nowhere for them to sleep, so they just got a room there. He was like, but nothing, it was nothing like that. After the fact, I'm checking my phone and I see that the girl who he lives with messaged me on Instagram and was like, oh, Peter didn't come home last night. Is he with you? I was like, hold on. If you were there with her, then why is she texting me asking me where you are? So he was like, oh, it's because she was scared. She was scared. So she just said that. It didn't add up to me. I never found out what happened until like a year or two later. And then somebody in his family told me he would, that time when you went to the hotel, he was never there with Patricia. He was there with Whoop-de-Whoop, who we'll call her Sam. He was there with Sam. That's why Patricia was texting you, asking you if he was with you, because she was at the house with us and she was worried too. I said, oh Lord, that made me so mad. It still makes me mad to this day because I'm not crazy. Like I said, he said I tracked his car. That's not legal. That's not something that you should do. I would never do something like that. But for somebody to have to stoop to such crazy lengths, all because you're a liar. It don't have nothing to do with me. I'm not crazy. You're just a liar. And so I continued talking to him for like 6 more years. But that's besides the point. Okay? It was besides the point. But I have more story time, so that's where we're going to keep it. Have a good one.